Well, hi everyone. Today I'm really excited because we are going to be having a discussion with a well-renowned poultry breeder and judge in Switzerland. His name is Reto Giacometti. He is Swiss Italian and has been raising birds for a very long time and is also a judge. I got to meet him on my recent trip to Switzerland for their national show. And let me tell you, it was spectacular, that show. It was more than I could have imagined. There were so many differences in their showing, not just in their standard, but in the way that they did things. That was really exciting. So Reto is going to be giving us some insight into another part of the world with poultry people and how they do things that's a little bit differently than ours, so we can learn from each other, hopefully. Where are you right now?
In Wettingen.
Wettingen. Then that's just like, I don't know, 20 minutes outside of Zurich, right? Something like that?
Yeah.
Reto, could you tell us what you do?
So, my parents are farmers. I grew up in Bergell. It's like an Italian-speaking part of Switzerland. It's in the mountains, so it's quite high up. We had dairy cows and have beef cattle now. And then I went to Zurich. I studied agronomy or agricultural sciences.
Yeah.
And I finished my studies like 3 months ago, and now I started a job with the professor I did my final thesis with, taking care of an enclosure with raw deer. It's quite special to keep.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you were talking about them when I was out there. Yeah.
And beside that, I've been doing the school as a judge for chicken poultry, and I finished 2 months ago.
Hooray! Yay! So how did you get started with exhibition poultry?
I got started first with Silkies I bought in a zoo during holidays with my grandparents.
Yeah. Wait, did you say a zoo? I didn't know you could buy chickens at a zoo.
Yeah, they had a cage, and they had like a text below the cage that they were for sale. And I had some money from Christmas, so I just bought them without asking anyone. And when my grandparents got up, they were quite surprised.
Yeah.
That I was able to buy a chicken at the zoo.
Wow. Cool. Yeah. So you started with Silkies. Did you show those Silkies?
No, I was 7. I was not connected to anyone showing chicken then. But then a few years later, I met Simon. Maybe you met him at the show. So he's an older guy, quite experienced in showing Hamburgs.
I might have met him, but I met so many people that weekend.
Yeah. So he was actually the one telling me about showing chicken and what to look for in specific breeds.
Yeah.
So that was basically his fault.
Cool. What breeds did you have after the Silkies?
Well, it was quite funny because the Silkies were always broody, and I had so many neighbors bringing me eggs. So at the end, I had a whole zoo with peacocks and pheasants and quails and several breeds. Polish chicken I had at some point, and yeah.
Wow.
But then as soon as I got the Hamburgs from Simon, I did stick with the regular size black Hamburgs.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was been a project for some years now. Yeah.
Yeah, and you had several varieties, right? I mean, I saw the whites and the blues, but what else did you have?
Well, I moved to this little farm like 3 years ago. So then when I started to have place to have more birds, I had black, blue, white, and silver spangled regular Hamburgs. And then I had a lot of colors of the Bantam ones. And it's like 4 years since I have the Mille-Fleur Bantams. So
cool.
That's what I'm investing most of my energy in at the time.
Yeah. And just to kind of clarify for the American audience, when you say Bantam, you mean Rosecomb Bantams, like from our standard, right? Yeah.
That could happen. I'm trying to get it right.
Yeah, because you guys call them your breed. The breed name for Rosecomb Bantam in Germany is just Bantam, right? Or in German. And then in French, it's the Java, right?
Yeah. Right.
Cool.
So, like the regular size chicken or the standard, how do you say? We just say the name of the breed.
Yeah.
And for bantam chicken, we say dwarf chicken.
Yeah.
And bantam is a specific Rosecomb breed. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's so fascinating.
That's why I mixed them up. Yeah.
Yeah. So what kind of drove you to start the journey to become a judge?
Well, I was visiting some shows and I was showing a lot, my blue Hamburgs for some time.
Yeah.
And somehow I was always disappointed with how they were judged. So at a certain point I felt like, well, I can do that, maybe better even. So that was the main motivation to go into judging.
So what was the process like? Like when you decided I want to be a judge, what did you have to do? What were the requirements that you had to meet for the association?
Yeah, first of all, you had to have 3 courses you had to visit. So it's like a basic poultry keeping course. Expected to have like by everyone showing chicken. Then we have one course like to be in charge of the, let's say, to have other members of an association with their breeding. So inside of an association you have like this Obmann, it's called. So like in German they say Zuchtwart. That's like, I don't know, it's just the person people go to for questions regarding showing and breeding.
Like a mentor, kind of?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And then we have specific courses for keeping pheasants and geese or ducks. So these courses I had to do before. Then they asked us to join a judge for one season or several judges while judging. So we had to write the cards for them.
Yeah.
And that kept on like during the whole judging period. It was 3 years in the end. And then we had 6 Saturdays each year where we had course the whole day, where they brought animals, and we had like all the breeds have been a topic during the course. Yes.
Wow. So it's quite extensive, basically.
Yeah, it's a lot of time that goes into it. So it's a lot of weekends spent.
Yeah.
Having a look into it.
Yeah. And you said you had to follow one judge for an entire season of showing. Can you do multiple judges or just the one?
Yeah, usually you stick to the ones you like best or that live close to you. But we were required to follow to go with 3 judges at least each season.
I see. Okay, yeah, that kind of makes sense. For example, with the American Bantam Association, you do an apprenticeship program and you have to clerk or assist a judge at a show at least 8 times for 8 different judges. Yeah, and they have to write a letter of recommendation for you after each clerking assignment. Short of that, you have to visit with a certain number of breeders and spend a certain amount of time with them speaking about their specific breed. Because when you get your license in the States, it's a general license usually. So you can judge, for example, all bantam chickens if you're an American Bantam Association judge. Or if you go for your APA license or American Poultry Association license, you can judge all of the species and all of the varieties, which is a little more daunting. So when you get your license, is it a general license for all breeds, or do you do specific breeds or varieties?
It's a general license, so that's in contrast to Germany, where they have their license for each category of animals.
Okay.
That's also why the exam for getting the license and the course, it's quite tough here to become a judge.
That makes sense. Yeah, so it's really into a smaller country, so it'd make more sense to give you a general license.
Yeah, most of the shows they have like several breeds and not enough of them for one judge to only have 1 or 2 breeds, so you have to be able to judge whatever you have in front of you.
Yeah.
It's actually the main reason.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, cool.